The latest. Thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all. We all have been singing for a borderless Africa. And this thing started with our freedom fighters. Dr. Kwame Nkrumah fought for it. Muammar Gaddafi fought for it. And today, we, the young ones, are also fighting for it. But the people who are leading us are not ready for this unity because Yellow Pawpaw is seeing that to be a threat. This man is exposing the reason to which African leaders themselves are not fighting for the African unity we are looking for. Africans are yearning for togetherness, but the leaders who are leading us are not ready to give us the unity because these leaders are fighting in the interest of Yellow Pawpaw. Yellow Pawpaw is winning based on our division. And that is why they are making sure every blessed day the Africans do not rise up to unite. And any leader that is rising talking about unity, they make sure they do away with them. That is our leaders. Always sit there in the African Union and claim they want unity. But everybody is talking about how their nations will be sovereign. And then when you look at what is happening, African Union is not for the continental sovereignty, but rather national sovereignty. And that is why when all these leaders should meet in their summit, all they talk about is their national sovereignty. And when we continue to concentrate on the national sovereignty, Africa will not move forward. Africa will not get the unity.
We want a united Africa operating with 1.2 billion Africans working together. Collective GDP, $2.3 trillion. All our diamonds, our platinum, our gold under one command. That's what we want as Africans. But I'm here, Mr. President, to say an ever closer African Union is the wrong vehicle. It won't deliver what we want. What we want, Mr. President, is the United States of Africa, one country, one entity, either a federation under one strong government, either a unitary state like China or India. One entity. We want to abolish national sovereignty, not decolonize it, abolish it, so that we have continental sovereignty. Only one sovereignty. African sovereignty, not Malawi sovereignty, Zimbabwe sovereignty. No, just one continental sovereignty. The disagreement, Mr. President, is on the how. And I'll show you, without equivocation nor ambiguity, why an ever closer African Union won't deliver what my brother from the States wants. It won't deliver that. You want to know why? Look at the Constitutive Act of the African Union. Look at Article 3B. What does it say? It says we must protect the national sovereignty. We must protect the national territorial integrity. We must protect the independence of member states. So which means, is currently defined, the AU will not be able to unite Africans into one colossus, one entity. Why? Because primarily it is founded on the supremacy of national sovereignty. Malawi is sovereign. Swaziland is sovereign. Botswana is sovereign. We don't want that. We want continental sovereignty and link up with the African diaspora. Reason number two why it won't work? There are 55 presidents in Africa. 55, not 54, 55. Now, each one of them wants to be a president, a prime minister, even if it means presiding over starving people, even if it means presiding over disempowered people. We cannot expect African leaders, these 55 men, to commit political suicide and legislate themselves out of existence. Therefore, the African leaders, the 55 men, We will not allow a change in that constitution to create what you and I want. Why? President Ramaphosa wants to be a president, not a governor, not a minister of transport. Yoweri Museveni wants to be a president, not a governor or a minister of agriculture. Emerson Mnangagwa wants to be a president and not a minister of local government or the youth. America has 325 million people, GDP $19 trillion. They have one president, a crazy one for now. But they've won. China has 1.4 billion Chinese, GDP $11 trillion, one leader. India, 1.2 billion Indians, GDP $2.5 trillion, one leader. Why can't we have one president in this African continent? Why 55? And I am arguing an ever closer African Union will not deliver the United States of Africa.
We have to restructure this organization called Africa Union if truly we want to see that unity we are looking for. That's when you take any country, nobody wants to become a governor, nobody wants to become a minister of agriculture, minister of information, minister. Everyone wants to become a president, because in that position as a president, they have the upper hand to control the mineral resources and always get what they want out of the nation. You see, these ones come into office and pretend they are doing everything possible to help us. And that is why always they give us speech. And now that they've seen that we are rising as a youth to fight and supporting Captain Ibrahim Traore, because we've seen that he's doing a better thing, they will find one or two things to be doing. You know, these politicians, and when they finish doing it, they will project it to the whole world to see. Unlike the way we are projecting Captain Ibrahim Traore, these people will make sure that they will project themselves, because the national television will telecast everything, so that we will see it and think that they are doing anything good for us, but they are not doing anything good. If truly these people are for the interest of Africa and the progress of Africa, then these people have to do everything possible in their power to unify the continent, so that we'll have one army and one leader. That, look at India, look at the United States of America, look at China. All these people are under one president. So what is making Africa not to do that? We have these small nations, and this is benefiting the oppressor, and the African Union is aware that what they are doing is to the disadvantage of Africa itself. But because it is a system, and even that union itself was created by them, they have no other option than to do what will please these people. And that has always been their interest. The African Union is always having the interest of other people first. That when we look at all the things that are happening in the African Union, nobody should tell us that these people are only for the national interest and not the continental interest. And because it pleases and favors these selected few, they will do everything possible not to change anything to make sure what we are all fighting for collectively come to pass. These people have always been a hindrance, and this everybody knows, that African Union has been the hindrance of Africa's unity. Everybody will keep pointing it out. And these people will continue if we don't rise up to fight this organization. It is high time we, the leaders like Duma Boko, will say, we the youth have to fight for our rightful place. We should never allow anybody to cover us or overshadow us. When things are going wrong in the country, we need to speak out. And if Africa will become a better place, it is you and I that will fight for it to become a better place. These ones have nothing to lose. And that is why every agenda of theirs is in 30, 40, 60, 80. When they know by that time, they are no longer alive, for you to hold them accountable. Nkrumah said United Africa now, but these ones are saying in the future. What is preventing Africans from uniting now? Why is it that we cannot have one president, one army? What is that which is always making us not to unite as one people? When we know that this division is profiting someone else. Then they finally came out and said, intercontinental free trade area. That is not about the free trade area. We say we want all of us to unite as a people. One president. When we have one leader, as we are singing for, one army, one currency, that free trade will come. We don't need these borders anymore. Nobody will tell us that we need to trade among ourselves. These people succeeded in destroying Africa, and we are making it easier for these people every blessed day because the African is not ready to fight for anything. We are always pleased in pleasing Jolo Popo. But the time has come for you and I to fight for the Africa we are looking for. Because if we continue to leave it in the hands of these people, we will never see the Africa we want. And we cannot continue to leave colonial legacy as an inheritance to our generations to come. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. United we stand, divided we fall, and united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So let's decolonize ourselves from mental slavery. Let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we make African great for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. So that's the latest around the world and in Africa.